when the clock hands, when the beat gone crazy. Champagne, New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne, New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight.
I'm the midnight sun in a blackout. Lit the whole block when I cashed out. Turn pain to confetti when I step out. Every scar on my skin is a map route. Shorty on my side like a seatbelt hold. Voice like smoke and a heartbeat go. She went slow motion, whole world on pause. Got curves like questions, I get lost in the cause, yeah. She whisper, baby, don't rush this climb. We gon' stack calendars, not just one time. Love like credit, we could never decline. Seal it with a sip and a baseline grind,
Yeah, you know I ride when the clock can spin. I'll be your calm when the chaos set in. One more year, one more sin, and we
Bottle pop, truth drop, welcome to the show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow.
Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow. Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex.
Second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
Confidants? What is your profession? What is your profession? Nothing but soldiers and empowerment over here.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
we up on the time when the clock drop low. Body to the rhythm, make the bad things go. Sip liquid joy, let the bad mind know. We rise up slow, but we still explode.
Champagne Gang, FizzFam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, come on in, come on in, come on in. Please drop a champagne glass or a one in the chat if you can hear me okay. Please drop a one or a champagne glass, bottle, or something celebratory in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, I got a one from Nisi. Y'all listen. Enemy tried to play with my system all of a sudden when I got ready to go live. None of the audio worked. But we are in business now, so let's get ready to get into it because we got some things we need to talk about. Oh, yes, we do. Y'all saw the title, so let's get ready to get into it. But before we do, please take your glass and wait. Let me give you a proper introduction. Champagne Gang. Confidants and visitors to the Champagne City, welcome. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions, baby, and bubbly banter. Over here, we give classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, then grab your favorite glass of bubbly, say hi to a few people in the chat, make sure you're nice and comfy, make sure you have your charger, and let's get ready to get into it. But first, before we get into this topic, because we gonna get into it, let's get into our positivity and affirmations, because we gotta get positive before we deal with this toxicity, right? So for today's affirmation, I want to encourage you by this wise. Do it alone. I want you to look to your neighbor on the left. I want you to look to your neighbor on the right. And if you don't have anyone sitting with you, please look at the diamond sparkling on the screen and tell yourself, do it alone. See, we don't measure our purpose by the noise in the room. No, we measure it by the fire in our chest that refuses to go out. There will be seasons where the seats look empty, where the numbers look small, where the effort feels bigger than the response, but growth does not need a crowd. No, it needs commitment. We are not performing for validation. We are practicing for destiny. Every time we show up with no claps, no comments, no cheers, we are building a muscle most people never develop. Discipline without applause. Do it alone. When you're grieving the life you thought you'd have by now, and nobody knows you cry about it in the shower, so they won't hear you break. Do it alone. When you're sitting in a room full of people and still feel emotionally homeless, like you don't fully belong anywhere anymore. Do it alone. When you outgrow the version of yourself that kept others comfortable and now they treat your growth like betrayal. Do it alone. When you're healing from things you never got an apology for, wounds that change your personality, trust, and softness. Do it alone. When you're tired of being strong, but there's no safe place to fall apart without being judged for it later. Do it alone. Because more than one vision is division. And you cannot carry your future while dragging people who are committed to your past. And here's this deep part, right? You are not alone because you are unworthy. You are alone because this stretch of the journey requires a strength that can only be built in the private. Did you feel that deep down on the inside? Well, if you did, lift that glass high in the air. Let's toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, confidants, welcome to the Hennessy Zone. Straight talk, no chaser. This place was created for those topics that require, well, a little something stronger than just champagne. Over here, we think and drink responsibly. Now, let me give you a disclaimer. Everything discussed in the Hennessy Zone, all of the commentary is based on my opinion, and it's done so in accordance with the Fair Use Act, which allows for these discussions for the purpose of entertainment and teaching, because there's wisdom to be gained from everything, whether it's good or bad. Now, we don't attempt to solve cases over here, but we do discuss them. And I love to hear your opinions about each of the cases we discuss. So please do me a favor and drop in the comments and let me know what you think about today's case.
Watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne, New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight. Bags in my palm like a trophy. Gold on my wrist, that's the old me. New year, new flight, same nosebleed. Still from the mud, but I rose clean. Big body dreams in a compact lot. Turn side hustles to a stock by box. Mama in the front row, tears on lock. Prayed all decade for this one pop on a quiet storm in a silk suit, baby. Pressure in my chest, turn the doubt salt wavy. Time tick tick, but I move like maybe. I've been the clock hands when the beat going crazy. Champagne, New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne, New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight.
I'm the midnight sun in a blackout. Lit the whole block when I cashed out. Turn pain to confetti when I step out. Every scar on my skin is a map route. Shorty on my side like a seatbelt hold. Voice like smoke and a heartbeat go.
Testing 1 2. Okay, can you please tell me, can you hear me now? Do we have audio? Put a 1 in the chat, or a champagne glass, or a bottle in the chat if you can hear me just fine. You got a 2. You got a 2. You can't hear me? You got a 2, not a 1. Okay, ones. Thank you. Welcome in. Come on, y'all. We need to have a conversation. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now that we have audio. So, y'all see the individuals who are on the screen, and today you see the topic that we have for today's show, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There was a reason why I kind of didn't want to cover this case, and I think I really speak for probably a lot of content creators. And there's a reason why there are a lot of cases I start covering and then I pull away from them. The reason why I start covering them and I pull away from covering them is because somehow we make cases messy. Follow me now. Now, I really want somebody to drop in the comments and let me know that you understand where I'm coming from. Because cases start out with bloggers and everybody covering the case, and it's about the individuals who are involved in the case. Then somehow, by the time we get from where we started at with the case to the middle of the case, toward the end of the case, when somebody's about to get arrested, when somebody may be getting ready to go through an interrogation, now all of a sudden we at a point in the case where it's messy and it's no longer about the victim or the suspect. It's about the family, it's about the kids, it's about the friends, it's about who they went to school with, it's about who they was on the swim team with, and it becomes messy. Then what happens is, when it becomes messy, individuals who don't have a messy crowd who want to cover the case, now those individuals want to pull away because now too much of a messy crowd has been attached to it. Now that's going to bring mess to your platform and to your community because now it's toxic. And it's no longer about the victim. It's no longer about the suspect. It's about everybody else involved. I really wanted to do this video, right? I wanted to do this video as a panel. But for the last few days, for the last week or so, I've been watching some panels, and I'm not gonna say the panels, but I've been watching the people who've been getting on the panels. And this is where I have a problem. Y'all make me so sick. Some of y'all are so miserable. You would get on panels, several of them, just to cause division. Do you know what division is? Division is two visions. That means you're creating a narrative that's no longer about the narrative that brings justice, that brings awareness. It's another vision. Anything that takes the eye away from justice creates another vision. But y'all don't get it, because it's no longer about the victim. It's no longer about the case. It's about you having your moment to shine. And this right here, this is how I feel about it.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Was y'all able to hear that? Did y'all hear that? Because I forgot to turn the volume on my end, so I wasn't able to hear it. Drop in the comments and let me know if you was able to hear it. I am sick and tired of these on this. You know what I'm saying. He said it. I ain't have to. Because it's a doggone shame. It is a doggone shame that you have people in this world that are so miserable that you would come online. Let me explain something to you. I wouldn't give a damn what Dro used to be 80 years ago if he lived to be 80 years ago. Oh, I wouldn't give a damn what he did 10 years ago. Y'all act like y'all ain't got some family members that used to be such and other, as the old folk would say. So everybody is wrong and don't have the ability to change. But you. So we gonna have a conversation about it. We are. Hold on a second. We are. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. In order to turn the volume off for me, I gotta play.
Enough is enough!
Hold on. Sometimes, let me explain something to you. There was something they used to tell you in the church, right? This Sunday, back in the day, right? They would tell you, don't play with the enemy. Don't give the enemy a ride, because if you give him a ride, he gonna want to drive. Everybody is not equipped, right? But yet you got the enemy. If you're trying to get to the bottom of a thing, then the first thing that you got to do is you got to pay attention and look out for the enemy, right? Because you got to see how the enemy is going to try to infiltrate. You can't be so focused on what you trying to do that you're not focused on what the enemy is doing. If in fact it is the enemy, as we say, allegedly, right? You got to keep an eye open. That means you got to listen to what's being said and what's not being said. And that's what the danger is when a lot of channels host panels and people are allowed to get up and speak. That's why Tasha K stay in trouble. It ain't really due to what she say. It's due to what people come on her panel and say. Do you not realize that even in interrogation rooms, well, let's take it back from that. Do you not realize that before a police officer Mirandizes a suspect, there's certain questions that the police officer won't even ask a suspect? You know that, right? There's certain things, if you're having a conversation with somebody, they're going to tell you, hey, wait a second, pause. I don't think you need to be having this conversation with me. I think you need to be having this conversation with such and such. I don't think I need to be involved any further than this, right? So then I need you guys to pay attention to this if we understand that. If there are certain things that the police will not even ask a suspect without them being Mirandized, why do we get on social media and ask potential suspects or people who allegedly know things certain questions as if we don't understand that anything that they answer for us, they can turn around and state that they answered it under complete duress, and whatever they told you gets immediately thrown out. But we don't think about that. We don't think about that. But again, I say, this is how I feel about all the foolishness that's been going on the internet. This one lying about that one. I'm this one friend, and I'm that one friend, and I'm this one cousin, and I'm that one cousin, and I say this and I say that. Are we okay? A man is no longer here. I wouldn't care what he did 6 years ago. What does that happen? What does that have to do with what happened in that moment under that bridge, in that vehicle, in that Airbnb after the cameras went off? What does any of that have to do with what happened the day he stopped breathing? Don't worry, I'll wait. And again, I say, about it all.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Yep. let's get ready to open some windows. So let's do a little recap. Now, I'm not going to read all this for y'all, right? I'm going to let y'all read it for yourself. Majority of y'all have been following social media, so you know what's going on with StepDaddy Dro. If you've been paying attention to what's been going on, especially on YouTube, then you've been able to see what's been going on with so-called friends and fake people and all of this coming out trying to throw wrenches in the case. Now, there's something that I told y'all over and over again when it comes to an individual being able to be charged, right? There has to be two things. There has to be an act that was criminal, and there has to be an intent that was also criminal, right? Right now in this situation, all we got is speculation. We don't have anything, honestly, that we can hold on to in this situation at all, because we don't have any police statements. We do have a 911 call, and that was the one thing that I forgot to put together. It was. But that's okay. We're going to continue this, because today I really don't want this to be so much about Dro, even though it will be a little bit. Because we don't have so much information about this situation except what everybody is putting out. And right now what you have is a bunch of people jumping on one side or the other, and one side or the other. At the end of the day, what do I tell y'all all the time? Hold on one second. Hold on. What do I tell y'all all the time?
You know that. It's not what you know, Clyde. It's what you can prove in court.
At the end of the day, it don't matter what you think you know. It don't. It does not matter what your speculation is. It really doesn't. It doesn't. It sounds good. It doesn't matter what your hypothesis is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because the only thing that matters is what you can prove in court. Otherwise, all you hear, if a prosecutor decided to go to court, right, and decided to arrest Lulu based on all the speculation that all of us, all of y'all have come up with on the internet. Let's just say, for sake of argument, a prosecutor decided to say, yep, the people came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We gonna arrest her. We gonna take it to court. And they end up in front of, God, I don't even know who would be a good defense attorney's name to use. But in front of an amazing defense attorney. Oh, well, she was in the car with him, and she was the last one in the car with him. Speculation. How do you know that? He had blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Speculation. How do you know that? Well, the internet said that she took the money out the account. Speculation. How do you know that? Everything that y'all want to say, an attorney would turn around and say, that's still speculation. Speculation. She did it. Speculation. Do you have a camera? Do you have any other witnesses? Do you? It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Right now, it's just a bunch of people talking. You had a whole so-called friend of Natasha running around the internet. I'm her friend. And I'm sitting here thinking like, wait, first of all, on our first video, we talked about how big Natasha's mouth was. We did. We said Natasha is that TT that you don't want to do too much while you out in public, because she the one gonna get started and y'all gonna have to finish it. She the one you gonna have to hold down. That's that TT. I remember us having that conversation. Why would she need somebody to come out in public and talk for her when she been out here doing a whole lot of talking for herself? But we listen. We didn't judge. We listened until 2 + 2 stopped equaling 4. And now I'm sitting back like, hold on a second. Because if you really supposed to be cool with such and such, then you would understand that such and such really shouldn't agree with this behavior. And if such and such was really in love with such and such, then why isn't such and such coming out and shutting all this shit down and saying, I don't give a damn what you think about me, BGCC, whoever the hell you think you are, get up off here talking about you speaking on my name and you know what I allegedly had to say. You in love, right? Why wouldn't you shut your friend down? It's gotten messy. And it's no longer about the victim or the case. Now it's about proving and disproving rumors and proving and disproving who the hell people are who weren't even at the scene of the damn crime. Just on the internet, creating havoc, just bouncing from panel to 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 panel. And won't nobody be bold enough to just tell them,
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut. Shut.
I'm just saying, I didn't say it. She did. Ain't nobody gonna put a stop to it. Because if it's really about Dro, keep it about the facts. Do y'all not realize none of the rest of that matters? Do you not realize? Do you not realize? But let's, hold on a second, because I told y'all today really wasn't fully about him. But, there's something I want to get into. Hold on one second. I'm sure y'all done read the recap. Let me drop that down. First thing I want to get into, I want to play a clip from the homegoing service, and there's something in this homegoing service that I really want to address. Latrina, baby, sugar, welcome. I love that you like it here, and I want you to continue to like it here. Feel welcome, baby. Grab you a glass of bubbly. Kick your feet up on one of those Chase lounges. Make sure your charger is near and come close. Come hither, darling. Come hither. But y'all listen, before we get into that, I want y'all to check out something, because everybody been talking about the mama, about Lulu and everybody else. But today, for just a second, I want to be an advocate for this father. Because we do all this talking about men and we beat men down and all of this. But we see a man right here saying, you know what, I don't do this internet stuff, but I'm coming out just to let y'all know I ain't stopping until I get answers about what happened to my son. I don't care about nothing else. And I think that deserves credit. And after we listen to this, then I got something to say about, hold on one second. Hold on. Because let me make it clear. Because, yeah, I got time today. Hold on. I got to change the screen for just 1 second. Hold on. Yep. I just want to take a pause because I need to get something to drink. But while I take my pause, I just want y'all to know while we discussing this, because we going to get into it. Yeah, we are. I'm not dealing with no trolls today. No, we not. My mods is on point. Latrina, baby, you can activate in the chat too. We on point. We friendly over here. We are a family. We are a community. All that toxic, messy, negative stuff, y'all keep that somewhere else. We don't do that. We're grown. We have grown conversations and bubbly banter about what's going on in the world. And the secret in Champagne Secrets is empowerment. If it's not about empowerment, baby, keep that negativity to the side, or you will get clocked beautifully. Yes, you will. And I don't want to have to do it. I really don't. But tonight, I want to let you know we ain't doing no trolls.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out that troll. Troll buses on patrol. Hey, hey, hey! Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out, tow that troll. Click clap, log them out, fold that troll. Whole chair, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll! Troll buses on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp them out, roll that troll. Roll it, cap lock, drag them out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to little mole that troll. Live in my crib, little bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, little old stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Same fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish, but you can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. So y'all listen. One of the things that I noticed, and before we get into that, let's deal with this homegoing service first. I'm gonna turn down the music for just a second because I want y'all to hear this, and I got something to say about something that happened during this funeral. And I want you to point out to me where you feel like the issue was. And maybe you've already seen part of the homegoing service and you already know where I'm getting ready to go about this, but we getting ready to have a talk. Because I told y'all before, a whole lot of times we come on here and we drag these men and we talk about how foul and how trash these men are. But yeah, some of us women do some real foul, trash things too. We gonna get into it, but check this out.
But what I understand through this process is it's bigger than all of us. It's bigger than all of us. Through this process, the flesh, my gut's on the ground. But I'm here in the spirit tonight. I'm here in the spirit because I learned that this is spiritual warfare. I ain't gonna get my answers from man. Mine's gonna come from the God I serve. A lot of y'all probably don't know or ever heard me speak like this, but I have something in me that was instilled from birth. That's Psalms 91, Psalms 23. It's bigger than all of us. To the Jennings family, I love y'all. Special thanks to Miss Ora Lee. If it weren't for you, it wouldn't be no Renee and me. If it weren't for my mother, my Charlotte, it wouldn't be no two. I come before all y'all, asking y'all, let's tighten up, man. Let's tighten up. Because at the end of the day, what my son stood for was royalty. He wasn't no regular. Every statement he moved with family, one body, one head. He ain't no separation. He loved me just as well as he loved Renee. And at the end of the day, we can't help the cards that we was dealt, but we're gonna put the faces on them. To the devil, man, that's my calling, y'all. If I gotta beat up the streets, I gotta lift up every rock. I gotta go back to Gainesville, where we gotta do fly a helicopter with his name on it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. whole family. If he touch y'all in any type of way, if you have any good memory.
Let me press pause for a second, right? Because I got something to say. Yeah, I do. You know, a lot of times, and this is why I keep telling you that we're like the Coliseum, right? We're so itching to be attached to something and to belong to something that we don't even know when we're out of order in a situation, because we're so used to just doing what we want to do. We don't even realize when some stuff is foul. That's what I have a problem with. This moment right here was not her moment. It was his. And as you see, as I labeled on the screen, 3 separate times already, and the video is not even over with, that she interrupted his moment because she felt like she had something to say. And just because she was quoting justice for Dro, why would she? Let me explain to y'all how off and how easily persuaded and led away we can be. I keep telling y'all, this is how Jim Jones got the people to drink the Kool-Aid. This is how. Because in order for you to scream justice for anything, you have to feel like a wrong has been committed. If you don't feel like a wrong has been committed, please explain to me why you're yelling justice. Don't you think that's counterproductive to the plight? Come on, y'all. I got the golden chapeau on the screen. Y'all already know when the golden chapeau is on the screen, that means, excuse me, y'all need to put on y'all thinking hats. We all need to start thinking. This was not her moment. I'm pretty for sure the mom had her own moment. So please explain to me, ladies, you know, all the ladies, single lady, you know, all y'all. I'm a girl's girl, all y'all. That have a problem looking your sister in the face and telling her, nah, you wrong on this. Nah, you wrong. You doing too much. You know what, Latrina? You are absolutely right. And I'm going to do a video on it. Do you know what she gives me in this moment? And we're going to talk about, and I'm not talking about in the way she looks. She really is starting to give me Kanika Jenkins' mouth. That's what she's giving me. Different scenarios, different times, same behavior. Same behavior. You ain't gotta believe me. Go pull up videos of how Kanika Jenkins' mom been acting lately. Then listen to her. Tell me if you don't believe it. Tell me. At the end of the day, I heard the daddy come out and make it about his son. And it's a doggone shame he had to come out and prove a point to y'all, because somehow y'all don't believe when his son died, because y'all go too far. Y'all wonder why there's no article, there's no police clip, ain't nobody reporting anything anymore. Why you can have such big stories like the David case and the police are hush-lipped. Do you know why I haven't covered the David case again? Because everything right now is speculation, because the police haven't said nothing. Everybody got clickbait as titles. An arrest made in the David case. No, it wasn't an arrest made because he didn't show up for court. Just making up stuff. And I'm sorry. I refuse to make up a title, look, I'm a creator. Baby, I'm a writer. I self-wrote 3 books just to see if I could. Every screen on my channel is created by me. Every single one. When you go on my YouTube channel and you go down and you see the Caught Being Ignorant units created all by me, the voiceovers, the characters, when you go over and you go to the Holly Weird Untolds, all created by me, I wish I would create a narrative, please. Just to get a like, to get a few hundred views. But I'm constantly telling y'all that my channel is for people that want to be able to take the mask off and live unapologetically them. When I'm constantly preaching to everybody, you'll feel much better when you learn how to take the mask off and be you and stop faking to the world and be who you are. I'm going to put up a fake title for a view, a fake thumbnail, just because I know how to be creative. Bye. I'll keep my 1,000 something supporters and subscribers before I make up a lie for a view. And it's a sin and a shame before God that we are in a day and age where people would take a situation where a young man is no longer here and you turn it around and make it about you. You create division. Do you not know that's manipulation? And according to the Bible, manipulation is as the sin of witchcraft. But you love the Lord. Please. But let's get into it. Because right now, the internet is torn. Told y'all. Half of the internet feel like all of a sudden, no, she's guilty. She did it. She did it. And I told y'all, and maybe our next live, we going to get into the 10 reasons. How should I put it? The 10 unanswered questions that I feel nobody's asking, in my opinion. Internet right now worried about a BG and a CC, and ain't nobody trying to figure out what was the argument about. See, because those are the questions that you ask when you put on your golden chapeau. And when you have individuals who are telling you to follow the answers and not the mess. That's why I was going to go find it. I promise y'all. I was going to go on Facebook and go get all the stuff. And this one said this and that one said this. And go on to YouTube and clip and a paste and a transition. And I said, for what? Because what does any of that have to do with the price of tea in China? None of that is going to solve what happened under that bridge on that day. So what am I going to get it for? To give a whole bunch of other people they 15 minutes, 20 minutes of fame that they are actually asking for. And we're giving it to them for the sake of making them famous and taking the eye off somebody that we're supposed to be trying to understand what happened to them. Do it make sense when I say it out loud? But see, no, when you're not promoting mess, then all of a sudden you have people who start shadow banning you. And again, I say, I will be fine with my 1,000-some subscribers before I ever fake just to have a whole crowd of individuals that I don't even want to be in the Champagne City anyway. Because we don't do mess. We don't do drama. We don't do cussing each other out. And because the story has gotten so messy, now all of a sudden what comes out when you discuss the story is a bunch of cicadas, a bunch of sewer rats, and a bunch of doggone gutter flies. And you feel like you need an extermination from all the bullshit flying around. So the internet is torn. The other half of the internet is running around talking about, she didn't do it. She didn't do it because she loved him. Love. How dare y'all? Y'all don't even know what love is. Y'all throw that word around so callously. So callously. But we gonna get into it. Let's finish letting the daddy talk for a second.
And y'all want to continue to carry his legacy. Please push positivity. Amen. There's a lot of platforms out here having my son like he was an idol. You can't put no price on that. That's priceless. Even after we find out what happened to him and what they call justice, in the end, it's going to be just us.
All right, bro.
He's still going to be standing with that knife in our neck because after we find out the answers, he's still not coming back. So once again, I ask all of us, everybody who heart he touched, anybody who heard his voice, anybody who he did anything for or knew his name or heard of him or seen on YouTube or motivation of the day, let's tighten up, man, pull together, get these answers on my son was murdered.
Amen. My bad, I had my mic off and let me pause. And because here's my problem that I have with this, because they all yelling after her and celebrating her, not realizing that she on some BS right now. She know exactly what she's doing. This is his moment and she's interrupting him, and with y'all yelling justice for Dro, y'all further taking away from this father's moment to say what he got to say about his son. But y'all don't even realize it. Y'all don't even realize it. Thank you, Latrina. Welcome in, love. Can y'all drop some champagne glasses in the chat and welcome in our newest member to the Champagne City. You know what? That's all right. That's going to be next, Latrina. You just made me think of it. I'm going to have to create a welcome video for every time I get a pop-up for a new subscriber. I got to do it. Got to do it now. But y'all don't realize how in a moment y'all are taking a moment away from him. Because somehow y'all feel like it should be justice for Joe whenever y'all feel like it. Whenever you want to say it. Including when his daddy is speaking. Do it make sense to you when I say it out loud? And please, y'all, please do me a favor. While you're watching the video and while you're listening, can you please do me a favor and make sure you look on your screen or on your mobile device, whatever you're watching on, and make sure next to the word live, there is a red dot. If it is not red and it is grayed out, that means you are not watching me in real time. You are behind the live. And if you want to be able to be where we are in real time, you have to make sure there is a red circle dot in front of your word live. right? Go ahead and check that for me, okay? But she wrong for this. She's wrong for this, and she knows she's wrong for this. This was his moment. And guess what? Guess what? He didn't start cussing. He didn't act a fool. He waited not only for her, but he waited for y'all to shut up. Sometimes we don't know how to shut up. And before anybody, let me clarify something real fast. Because please don't play with me. Before we go too far, let me clarify. When I make statements about thumbnails and about clickbait, this is on a whole. It ain't about nobody specific. I don't even do that. I don't send shots. I know how to put names on it. I don't do that. But in general, a lot of channels do clickbait. I know it. Y'all know it. If you've been on YouTube any period of time, you know there are several channels that get their views because their titles and their thumbnails are clickbait. I'm not monetized. I'm not. I get my support from if somebody send me a Cash App or if somebody does a super chat or a super thanks. And I don't do this for those because I don't get those. I'm not monetized. I have not made my 4,000 watch hours yet this year. Made them last year, but it didn't reset. It's a whole different video. So I ain't made them this way yet. So I don't do this because I'm monetized. No, this ain't that. But people who are monetized, they get paid for so many views, not watch hours. So all they got to do is have the right thumbnail and the right title. It has to have nothing to do with what they're discussing. The simple fact that you clicked on the video means, yep, got that view. You can cuss them all out in the chat. They don't care because they still got your view. That's what happens when you get monetized. I ain't even there yet, so I ain't doing this because of that. I'm doing this because I'm tired of seeing us with warped thinking and warped behavior. And I feel like the change can start somewhere, even if it starts with just a few of us changing the way we think, changing the way we operate, and changing the way we behave in any given situation. Read the room. This was this man's opportunity to say goodbye to his son. Y'all yelling justice for Dro. The mama won't sit down and shut what they call the fuck up. Excuse my French. The Lord is still working on me. But y'all thought y'all was eating because y'all was yelling this out in the stadium. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell y'all this was in the stadium. So this wasn't just, in a little church with a few people yelling this. A stadium full of people. So now Father has to lose more of his time waiting for y'all to shut up as well. But y'all ain't though. Go off, right?
I'm not putting tools up, Aaron. Okay. But listen, I'm not gonna hold y'all up because we got this ceremony and this one day I'm really trying to get through, because it's taking everything in me, to realize that this is the day. This is the day where I wasn't born and raised to understand. My mama ain't teach me to bury my seed. I come before y'all humble as possible, but trust me, I don't wish this on nobody. Until, we meet again, Dro. I love you, brother. Sir, that's what he called me, boss. And that does in heaven, y'all. Let's pull together now and get this job done, because Gainesville ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And there's a lot of platforms out here making money on my son like he's an idol. And at the end of the day, this is our legacy. If we don't stand for something, we fall for anything. You know, it's gonna be a lot of lies, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that people will do for clicks and likes. But at the end of the day, it's our bloodline. And if we don't pull together and handle this business right here, we're throwing dirt in his face too. I want to thank all the ministers, everybody who participated in all the movements that we've been having going on. There's going to be a lot of more platforms coming out, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to do for seeking justice for my son. Like I said, once again, we ain't asking for no handouts. All we want is prayers and answers and justice, which that would never exist, because we still going to have that knife in our neck when we find out because he ain't coming back. Thank y'all.
Classy. Now here's where I have a problem with y'all at, right? Now let's talk about it, because here's where y'all do too much. Because I heard an individual, and I ain't giving no names, I ain't showing the video, I refuse to do it. Nope, not on this story, not anymore. I just told y'all why. Said what I said. I ain't giving clout to no more foolishness at all. Because if we say it's supposed to be about Dro, then make it about Dro, and make it about Dro getting doggone justice for what happened. Because there's a lot of things that happen in this situation that have no answered questions. And I'm still going to say that the first question that needs to be answered is, what was the argument about? Don't worry, I'll wait. Ain't nobody asking that. But I really want to know, what was the argument about? That's my question. What was you arguing about? Because that's going to tell a story. Now, what an argument about tells a whole lot about why the fight escalated the way it did, and what kind of fight it was. It depends on, was the argument about him or about her. That's gonna tell the story. This is why you need to know what the argument was about. But ain't nobody asking what the argument was about. All y'all are saying is, well, they had a disagreement. No, they had more than a disagreement if y'all saying the back of his head was bashed in. So what was the argument about? That's where you need to start at. That's what a detective would ask. Right? Because all these questions y'all asking gonna get a whole lot of cases thrown out. It is. It's going to get a whole lot of confessions thrown out is what's going to happen. Because they're going to say that they did it under duress. But, you know, who thinks of things like that? Who knew? You know, it's just the internet. I can ask whatever questions I want to in an ongoing investigation that's still open. Anything you get them to say, they can legally have it thrown out, saying that they said that under duress because they was badgered by 6 to 8 different people in several different places, on several different platforms, on several different media outlets. And it's thrown out. But nobody's thinking about this, right? Right? Then you come out and allegedly somebody came out to try to assassinate Dro's character, talking about who he was in the past. Somebody came out trying to assassinate the daddy's character and all these. Let me explain something to y'all. I wouldn't give a damn if he was a pimp named Slickback in a past life. What exactly does that have to do with what happened to his son in this moment? Some of y'all got such fake outrage. Y'all, that's why I say so many blogs, y'all, we do too much. We do too much. We do too much. And this is how stories become messy. And this is how the story becomes no longer about anybody else involved in the story, but it becomes about everybody else who's discussing the story. Now we bringing up past. What does his past have to do with what happened the day he was laying on that curb, Somebody please help me understand. Don't worry, I'll wait. I mean, if we gonna talk about it, let's talk. Scoot up. What does that have to do with what happened that day? What? What? I'm not saying what he might have done. What did I tell y'all the first time we covered this case? I think the first thing I said to y'all is we got to be real careful when we're discussing this case, because all we know is what they show us on the internet. That's all we know. That's all we know. All we know is this right here. And this is what I have a problem with this, and I told y'all, because people saw this and all of a sudden this, but they look so in love. She loved him. I feel like she loved him. I feel like he loved her. Let me help y'all with something. Love is not a feeling, it's an action. Half of y'all throwing that word around and you don't even know what it is. Not only do you not know what it is, you don't know what it looks like. You don't know what it looks like because you never had it. Not only have you never had it, you never experienced it. So because you never had it and you never experienced it, you can never identify it and you can never give it. That's why y'all sit back and feel like because a man done piped you down real good that you in love. Because he dropping bags on you, you in love. Because he fly you out on a jet and put you in a nice car, y'all in love. You don't even know what love is. That's why you look at a situation like this on the screen but they're in red. Don't you see the love? Y'all, red is a color of love. This is spiritual, you guys. Red is a love color. You can feel the love oozing from them. They are couple goals. Discernment just all off. Because you still think love is a feeling. Let's take a look at what love is for a second. Can we? Because what I want y'all to do is stop the foolishness. That's what I want you to do. I want you to stop the foolishness. I want you to stop trying to identify a thing until you know what a thing really is. I want some of y'all, matter of fact, some of y'all need to be alone to yourself until you really figure out what love is. That's the real problem. That's the real problem. Because some of y'all going to end up in a Lulu and a Dro situation because y'all hold on one second. What I tell y'all? Hold on one second. We going to get here. Because y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all, our music told us. And we going to get into it. Are we going to get into it tonight? I hope we can. We gonna get into it. Our music told us. It gave us instructions. Y'all ain't got no instructions and roadmaps right now. That's the problem. Gave us instructions and y'all still falling for the poison. Please help me understand. Because y'all think it's cute, not realizing that women can be vicious too. You ain't never heard of the term a black widow? You've never heard of this? Because black widows, spiders, after they've made it, they unalive their mate. You don't know a lot of women walking around are black widows. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And once she got your mind, she has everything else. Do you not understand that? This is where y'all so lost in the game. This is where y'all keep getting played. Y'all think it's a sign of being evil. No, it's a sign of being manipulative. I don't have to be evil. Baby, all I got to do is get your mind. If I get your mind, I got everything else. It's checkmate. Once I have your mind, you going to do whatever I want you to do. Baby, you like a puppet on the string once I got your mind. The songs say free your mind and the rest will follow. Because once I got your mind, baby, I can figure out a way into your heart. And see, women, if we're not careful, we become prey because they find out a way into our heart, which is our most vulnerable part. And once they get our most vulnerable part, then they got all the rest of us. And for a lot of us women, because we love L-O-V-E, should I say, because half of y'all don't really know what L-O-V-E really is. Because most of us L-U-V from between our legs, once it feels good between our legs, we let everything else go anyway. Because we can't be without that. A lot of times it don't have to do with being evil. It just has to do with being a good manipulator. Have y'all not watched those shows? So there's some shows, and I gotta find the title, about this guy, and it's a true story. He was a scammer, and basically he made this woman feel like he was in love with her, married her, and all of this, got access to her money, cleaned her out, all of this. Come to find out, he was a scammer and a con artist. And he was doing it to multiple women. Same thing. Y'all keep falling for the con because you don't have your eyes open. Do I think Lulu was evil? No. But I do think Dro was a con. Do I think she was in love with him? No. 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 Come on, women. Y'all know she wouldn't. Stop playing. She knows she wouldn't. That's why she ain't coming out and saying nothing. Because some people know you have a right to remain damn silent. Anything you say and do will be used against you in the court of damn law. So I'm not going to come out and incriminate myself. But you got all these other people running around the internet incriminating themselves and including themselves in a murder case. Because you want to come out talking about what you so-called know. As a so-called friend. Please. I don't know nothing, officer. Even if I know, I don't know. What do you mean? Don't tell me nothing, ma'am. But since we want to talk about love, let's pause for a second. And I understand this might not be for everybody. So, because we're going to have to jump to scripture if we're going to talk about love. We're going to have to go to the epitome of love if we're going to talk about love. And everybody really don't want to know about real love. And I understand that. Right? So if this might not be your part to really talk about love so that you can understand love and identify love so that you can stop falling for what is lust and not love, so that you can stop falling for the con. Yeah. You know what? This ain't nobody but the enemy. Watch this. Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. That's alright, I gotta refresh it. Give me a second. That is absolutely crazy. I'll tell you what. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself. I'm going to turn up the music while I pull this up. Got to create a screen real quick.
Every scar on my skin is a map, bro. Shorty on my side like a seatbelt, ho. Voice like smoke and her heartbeat go. She went slow motion, whole world on pause. Got curves like questions, I get lost in the cause, yeah. She whisper, baby, don't rush this climb. We gon' stack calendars, not just one time. Love like credit, we could never decline. Seal it with a sip and a baseline grind,
Yeah, yeah. You know I ride when the clock can spin. I'll be your calm when the chaos set in. One more year, one more sin, and we wash it all off when the countdown begins. Champagne New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight. 10-9-8, let the old pain fade. 7-6-5, watch the doubt get caged. 4-3-2, we beyond that stage. One, we overflow, 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 yeah. Overflow, 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 yeah. Bubble bunny time when the clock drop low. Body to the rhythm, make the bad things go. Sip liquid joy, let the bad mind know. We rise up slow, but we still explode. Boom! Champagne New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight. In my palm like a trophy. Gold on my wrist, that's the old me. New year, new flight, same nosebleed. Still from the mud, but I rose clean. Big body dreams in a compact lot. Turn side hustles to a stock by box. Mama in the front row, tears on lock. Prayed all decade for this one pop on a quiet storm in a silk suit, baby. Pressure in my chest, turn the doubt salt wavy. Time tick tick, but I move like maybe. I've been the clock hands when the beat gone crazy. Champagne New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight.
I'm the midnight sun in a blackout. Lit the whole block.
Alright, y'all there.
Turn pain to confetti when I step out. Every scar on my skin is a map route. Shorty on my side like a seatbelt hold. Voice like smoke and her heartbeat go. She went slow motion, whole world on pause. Got curves like questions, I get lost in the cause, yeah. She whisper, baby, don't rush this climb. We gon' stack calendars, not just one time. Love like credit, we could never
Y'all still there? Please drop a
baseline grind,
yeah, yeah. You know I
if you can hear me just fine. If you are still with me, if you are enjoying this, please
wash it
give me
all
a
off when the countdown begins.
Hey girl, so what's up, City?
Pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight. 10-9-8, let the old pain fade. 7-6-5, watch the doubt get caged. 4-3-2, we beyond that stage. One, we overflow, 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 yeah. Overflow, 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 yeah. Bubble bunny time when the clock drop low. Body to the rhythm, make the bad things go. Sip liquid joy, let the bad mind know. We rise up slow, but we still explode. Boom! Champagne New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year.
Alright, so now let's have a conversation about love. Since everybody want to run around talking about love and, You know, she didn't do it because she loved him and she loved him and they were so in love and da. I want y'all to answer a question for me, right? Riddle me this, right? Hold on, let me turn the music down. Riddle me this. If it's truly love, how can you leave the one you love on the side of the road? Come on. Y'all know what love is so bad, right? Y'all know what love is. Do you think love would honestly leave what it loves on the side of the road? Let's really have a conversation about what love is. Do me a favor, y'all. Please welcome Queen Shay into the room. Please drop some champagne glasses into the chat. Give some warm welcomes into the chat for Queen Shay 777. Them the numbers, girl. It's the number of empowerment, new beginnings, completion. Divine number 7. You know, one of my favorite songs in the entire world was Prince, 7. On 7 and then watch them fall. It's my song, for real. Welcome in. Thank you, Progressive, for dropping the champagne glasses. Please come in anytime. You are welcome to be here. But y'all listen, we need to get into the love because I'm constantly seeing everybody talking about love this, love that, love this, love that. And again, I say, y'all don't really know what love is. And see, it's really easy for y'all to identify this is love because y'all the same ones that get excited by songs like Throw Baby. See, back in the day, we used to be wooed. And we gonna get into that in a second. We really are. But there was a roadmap given to us by God by which to measure what love should look like. Right? Hold on. Let me make sure. Y'all can see this. Hold on. There we go. We got it to the middle. And now we have the unmitigated gall to be out of order. Hold on. Y'all know it's stressing out my inner Virgo, right? You already know my inner Virgo is twitching. But y'all listen, 1 Corinthians 13, and if you done been in church any period of time, you don't even have to be in church. You can look at a commercial. You can be in school somewhere on the internet. You're going to see something that's talking about 1 Corinthians 13, which is the definition of what love is. And what it should look like. No, scoot on up. All of y'all that's talking about, no, Lulu love Dro. Dro love Lulu. Let me tell you something. If love includes violence and abuse, it's not love. I don't care what you say. Argue with your mama, not me. Not me. I don't care how good of an individual you are. If you have an attitude and a temper problem, and every time you get upset, you have to solve it with your fist. No, baby, you don't know what love is yet. You don't know what it is yet. Allegedly. But let's get into it. 1 Corinthians 13. I told y'all I like coming with proof. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels. Do you know what that means? Though I speak in a spiritual tongue and also speak in a tongue that people can understand. I'm fluent. I'm eloquent. Whether I speak in English, whether I speak in Spanish, French, Chinese, whatever. And I have not charity. I don't have love. I am become a sounding brass and a tingling cymbal. Do you know what that means? No matter what I say or do, all I'm doing is making a bunch of noise if it ain't led by love. You really want to talk about love? Scoot up for a second. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because y'all did this mess with Krishan too. We so quick to run around talking about what we know nothing about because we think it sounds good. Lulu loved Dro, please. And though I have the gift of prophecy and can understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and I have all faith so that I can remove mountains, and I have not charity, I am nothing. I don't care if you can prophesy. I don't care if you tell the world that you communicate with God himself every night on the side of your bed at 3 a.m. I don't care if you have so much faith, if you have such a strong ability to manifest that you able to look at every problem in your life and tell that problem to be fixed. I don't care how well you are at doing that. I don't care if you can look at a person, tell them they name all the way down to their kid's name, all the way down to their unborn child name that you carrying in your belly. I don't care what you have the ability to do on the outside. If you not doing it with love, you ain't nothing. This Bible, this not me. The same Bible that y'all preach. My God don't play about me. If you don't have love, he don't care about you. Let's talk about it. Though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, though I give my body to be burned, if I have not charity, I did it for nothing. Charity suffers long. Let's talk about it. You can't talk about you in love, but you ain't willing to go through nothing. You can't talk about you in love, but every time the going gets tough, the first thing you want to do is run. You sure you want to keep using that love term? You sure? Because suffering ain't just suffering when the other person is suffering. Because then that becomes sadistic. When it starts to feel like the other person is taking pleasure out of your pain. Are we sure we want to talk about the love word that we keep throwing around? We want to make this case about love? All right, let's make it about love. Let's talk about it. Charity suffereth long. It's going to go through some things. But it's going to stick in there. It might not understand some stuff, but it's going to stick in there. It's going to weather through some things, but it's going to stick in there. Because it's love. And it's not a feeling. It's an action. It has proof behind it. And if it doesn't come with proof, it is not love. It's pretend and it's still practicing. We sure we want to talk about love? Because there was a manual given to us to help us identify love. For us to keep running around talking about stuff is love that looks real counterfeit. Then we get upset when counterfeit breaks. When did you test the counterfeit? To make sure it wasn't authentic before you called it authentic. Let's keep going now. It doth not behave itself unseemingly. Hold on a second. Pause. Pause. You see it. Love. Do we really want to keep talking about what love is? No, because y'all keep bringing it up. She loved him. Yet she left him under a bridge while she went down the street. But she loved him? How can you hurt the one you love and still call it love? We gonna talk about it. I need you to look at the person on your left, look at the person on your right, and if you don't have anybody on your left or right to look at, baby, you look at yourself. And I need you to repeat these words. Do you love me? Let's talk about it. Because I'm mighty afraid that some of y'all really don't know what love is. That's why you keep accepting anything and identifying it as love. Because you ain't went to the manual. It don't behave itself unseemingly. It ain't going to be busting out your car windows. It ain't going to be cussing you out and acting a fool in public in front of other people. It ain't going to berate you and tear you down. It ain't going to embarrass you. Love don't behave unseemingly. No, it don't do that. It don't do that. It don't get on social media and put y'all business out there for the world to do, to see and judge, just for y'all to make up and get back together and have an understanding. But the world still sees y'all through the eyes of what you exposed in your moment of messiness. It seeketh not her own. You can't be in love with somebody who telling you that they love you and all they care about is what they getting from you, but they don't never talk about what they contributing or giving to you. That ain't love. Welcome to Sunday, baby. Let's talk about what love truly is. We want to talk about love. Anytime it's all about you, it's a problem and it's not love. It's not easily provoked, baby. Anytime you in anything and everything makes you mad, baby, there's a problem. It's not love if you easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. How can I love you if I think evil concerning you? Y'all sure y'all want to keep talking about love? See, because this is the problem. Y'all don't really know what love is. That's why you haphazardly call everything love. Rejoiceth not in iniquity. Why am I happy? Because you going through. Because you dealing with a trauma. Why am I excited about it? But I say I love you. I'm rejoicing because you had a fall or a fail or you going through. Because you're going through depression. Because you've hit a brick wall and you finally reached a place where you can't figure it out. I'm happy, but I love you. Please. But rejoiceth in the truth. Now that we done talked about what love ain't, baby, let's get into now what love is. Love wants the truth of a thing. Don't lie to me. Don't be fake with me. Don't beat around the bush with me. I'd rather you give me a hard truth than an easy lie any day. I get excited when you're able to look me in the face and tell me the truth, because the truth I can work with. A lie, I got to figure out whether or not I can trust you. It bears all things. Let's go through this, and if we gonna go through it, we gonna go through it together. But we gonna rock it out. I can hold a weight as long as I know I'm holding the weight with you, and I'm not holding the weight alone. Friend, confidant, whichever one of your ships this should happen to refer to. Relationship, friendship, familyship, companionship, situationship, entanglementship, whichever ship you find yourself steering right now. Love never fails. If it fails, it ain't love. If it can't be fixed, it ain't love. But where there is prophecy, they shall fail. Yep, your prophets are going to get it wrong. They are, because they're human. Y'all be expecting them to get it perfect. How many 100% tests have y'all ever taken? Y'all be so fake. Y'all selective outrage. Y'all just be so quick to want to point the finger at somebody like y'all get it right all the time. Y'all done had the right answer to everything y'all done told y'all kids, right? All the time, right? Y'all made it all the way through high school, college, and beyond without getting anything wrong, without making a mistake, right? But somehow in the house of God, that don't count, because somehow those individuals are superhuman. And I blame the church, because if y'all wouldn't have been walking around, and before anybody do too much, baby, I've been in ministry since I was 12 years old. Ain't nothing about church y'all can tell me, because I've been there and I've seen it. But back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by your thought. Shish kebab. Been in church all my doggone life. Y'all, I digress. I ain't even gonna, I'ma save that. We gonna save it. Prophecy will fail. I guarantee you, prophecy will fail. If anybody comes to you and tell you they get it right 100% of the time, they are lying to you. Prophecy will fail because they are human. They are prone to error. Will fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it will vanish away. Do you know why it's going to vanish away? Because knowledge changes. What we thought we knew yesterday is totally different from what we know today. How old were you when you found out about pronouns? How old were you when you found out that individuals are now allowed to choose how they want to identify? How old were you? Knowledge changes. What meant one thing today may mean something different tomorrow. For we know in part and we understand in part. We prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. What is that saying? Everybody running around talking about everything that they know. What you think you know, you only know and understand part of it. It's only been revealed to you in part. So what does that mean? I may have a part and you may have a part. We all only have a part. But this is where I really want us to go. Because this is where we get lost. For when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Becoming a man, and universal term, means reaching a place of accountability. It means you no longer have to be instructed what's right or wrong. It means you no longer have to be told, do this and do that. Don't do this and don't do that. It means you no longer have to be told, don't put a fork in the outlet. You will get shocked. You no longer have to be told, don't put your hand on the eye while the stove is on. You're going to get burnt. You no longer have to be told this because you are no longer a child behaving immaturely. I'm going somewhere. Stay with me. You're no longer a child behaving immaturely, but you are behaving as an individual who has reached a level of maturity and a level where they know and understand right from wrong. Right? So we've talked about what love is. We've talked about what love is not. And we've talked about what happens when you are no longer behaving like a child, right? So that means if love was truly present in this situation between Lulu and between Dro, then that means the childish behavior of all this foolishness that's going on the internet right now, all that childish behavior would be done away with, right? Because I no longer act and behave as a child. I am now a man, a woman, a woman, an adult, one who understands and operates on the level of accountability, who understands that when you become an adult, when you reach a level of accountability, then you're given something and there's something expected from you known as responsibility. And because now I have to be responsible, I no longer have time to play like a kid on the internet, but keep running around talking about I was in love. But you still behaving like a child. Children don't understand love. Children don't know love. Matter of fact, children still have temper tantrums. Children still play games. Children still perform for treats. Trick. At what point do you stop behaving like a child? If you love this man, tell the truth about what happened. We're not talking about speculation. We can get into facts. We're not talking, but that's why I keep telling y'all, the problem with majority of y'all is y'all don't know how to choose. You don't know what to choose. You don't even know you. So you don't know what to deflect that doesn't look like you, or look like what you want, or better yet, look like what you need. Because the problem with a lot of y'all is y'all keep choosing what you want, and the problem is with what you want. Because what you want doesn't meet your need. Does it make sense when I say it out loud? And another problem is, see, the problem with y'all generation and what we have going on now is, see, y'all got the wrong music. Y'all do. Y'all got the wrong music. Y'all not listening to the right stuff. And it's really bothering us, because I told y'all back in the day, our music gave us instructions. If we paid attention to it, our music was going to teach us one or two things. It was going to teach us what to do and what not to do. Now, as we going through this collection, because I don't know why y'all keep being so lost. Y'all are so lost because y'all eyes are not open and y'all are not paying attention to the signs. One of the things that our parents taught us when we was kids, and I'm starting to think that's the problem, that y'all parents ain't teaching y'all nothing no more, because y'all just lost. Y'all like the mice in the maze, going round and round in circles, trying to figure y'all way out, just sniffing from one piece of cheese to the next. Lost. Our music told us. What I tell y'all? BBD told us never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. See, majority of y'all would have just been doing the dance and see, y'all start dancing with me because y'all knew what that meant. Y'all knew what that beat meant. Y'all just start dancing. For those of us who listen, because some of us are word babies and we pay attention to more than just the beat. Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. That should have told y'all. Hey, maybe I should pay attention to more than just what she looked like on the outside. See, our music gave us instructions. Y'all music just get y'all in trouble. But let's continue. Because I want us to check out something. How about this one? How about this one? Right? Whitney Houston. I have nothing. So the first thing that I need us to talk about. This is the first thing. First thing. Because a lot of our music, if we really be honest, a lot of our music was toxic. And I'm going somewhere. It fit. Trust and believe. It fit. It fit. What you don't realize is music has a way of getting deep down on the inside. It does. I'm pausing for a second because it says that I'm disconnected. So I'm trying to see if there's a disconnect. So give me one moment, please. I'm just watching the television for a glitch for about 2 to 3 seconds, and I'll be right with you. I know somebody gonna be like, I'm sick of her in that voice. Girl, talk normal. Don't do too much. Laugh. Maybe that's what you do. You should laugh. You don't talk about my voice. Just laugh. Just laugh. That's your problem. You stopped up. Turn that frown upside down. You ain't laughed probably since sometime last week because you clogged up. You negative. You surrounded by negativity. You surrounded by trash. The only thing that comes out of you is negativity and trash. Garbage pail kid. Smile. We happy over here. Don't you see all this bubbliness? Don't do that. Because I'm going to have to bring my can to get you gone. Or get you smile or something. Smile. It's okay. Y'all just not used to being around friendly people. Everywhere else you go is toxic. You're just shocked that you're in a place that's peaceful. It is. It is. Y'all remember Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing. Let's look at these lyrics for a second. Because a lot of times what happened was we sung a lot of this stuff and we didn't pay attention. We didn't pay attention to what we were singing because it sounded good. And it was one of our favorite artists. So what I want y'all to do while I'm going through these, that I want y'all to drop in the comments and let me know some of the songs that y'all think was toxic. We listened to it, but we probably shouldn't have. And shouldn't have been so excited about it if we would have paid attention to the lyrics. This is going somewhere because I want us to pay attention how so not closely we look at stuff. Right? Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing lyrics. Share my life. Take me for what I am. Because I'll never change all my colors for you. Basically what she's saying is I want you to be a part of my life, baby. But you're going to have to take me exactly as I am because I ain't changing nothing for you. All that talk about compromise and all that, I ain't even doing that for you. We ain't even doing that together. But I love you and I want you to take me as I am. Take my love. Because I ain't going to ask you for too much. Just everything that you are and everything that you do. The only thing that I want from you is what you willing to give. I ain't going to ask for you for no more. So why are you asking me for any more? That's really what she's saying. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't even want to go where you ain't follow, where you don't follow. Matter of fact, I want you to follow me. I don't want to follow you. I'm not going to hold it back again, this passion inside. Can't run from myself. There's no place to hide. I can't hide the fact for me that I'm starting to have a thing for you and I don't know how to let go. Don't make me close one more door. I'm tired of shutting people out. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare, or must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me. I have nothing if I don't have you. You see through right to the heart of me. You break down my walls with the strength of your love. I never knew love like I've known it with you. Will our memories survive? One I can hold on to. Y'all listen. Sometimes you need to learn when certain words are triggers that ought to provoke you into a safe word situation. Anytime somebody tells you, I have nothing without you, baby, that's a problem. That means they don't love you. They're obsessed with you. And I'm mighty afraid that a lot of y'all are in situations where you don't have somebody that's in love with you. You have someone that's obsessed with you. You think it's cute to have somebody that wants to be under you 24/7, wants to be on the phone with you 24/7, can't move, think, or operate without you right next to them. Everything in their phone, everything in their house, every picture, everything on their Facebook page, on their social media is you, 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 you. And somewhere in your head, you like, oh, that is so cute. No, baby, that is so dangerous. You are playing a very dangerous game. And what's going to happen if you're that much everywhere? What do you think is going to happen when they feel like they have to remove you from everywhere? I done already told you we done raised a generation of children, and we've become a generation of adults who have no coping skills. We don't know how to cope. We don't understand no. We don't understand, I don't want you no more. You know, back in the day, fellas used to have a black book. That's why the black book was famous. Because if you don't want me, guess what? I got about 50 more names in here that I can go to. Nick, what happened to y'all black books? So y'all can't pull no more fillies, no more shorties. Y'all can't pull no more. Y'all gang gone in 2026. That if she decides she don't want you, it ain't on to the next no more. Y'all crashing out. To the next. To Mia. Hold on. Let me bring this to the front. Hold on. Let me move our head. And this is one of my favorite ones. And we probably gonna continue this on tomorrow night because we want to get into this music. I want y'all to see how little we pay attention to stuff. And I know a lot of people are gonna sit back and y'all gonna look and be like, but that don't have nothing to do with one thing with another. That's why y'all got to put on y'all golden chapeau. I'm going to find out where I can get one made and have it on sale for y'all. I really am. Because I want to get some golden chapeaus made for real. That's how I think in cap. A lot of people going to look and say, that ain't got nothing to do with the case. And that ain't got nothing to do with Father Dro and Lulu. Yeah, it do. It's got a lot to do with it. Got a lot to do with it. Do you not realize what you listen to, you pour into your spirit? If you listen to a thing over and over and over again, it becomes inbred as a part to you as a natural response, right? So a lot of people, when they listen to things over and over and over again, if your favorite genre of music is violent music, when you end up in a situation, you're going to automatically respond violently. If all you're listening to in and out, day in and day out is violent music, then your first response is going to be violence because it's what you feed the most. There's a story. And then we're going to pause for today. But there's a story. Hold on. Let me pull this down. I hope y'all join me tomorrow. And some of y'all might be new to the Champagne City. And for those of you who are new, please do not be alarmed if you do not see a bunch of videos from me in progression. And we're, it's because right now I am in transition. Some people know, some people don't. 2 years ago, I went through a whole thing of losing everything. I lost everything. House that I own, car, everything. I had a business. I still have my business, but had to kind of put it on hold when I started losing everything, because I was helping other people build their business, being sweet, being innocent, but not understanding that, you know, everybody else was playing chess with me while I was playing checkers with them. Thinking because I'm giving and I'm caring and I'm the one who wants to see everybody get ahead, that everybody is thinking the same way with me, and they didn't care. I lost everything, and in the middle of losing everything, you know, I tried to stay positive. I was still encouraging people. Even on here, a lot of people didn't know what I was dealing with. In the process of bringing my grandson back, and we'll jump on the live to talk about the full details, because y'all already know it was a whole testimony for some of y'all. I ended up getting a phone call from someone that I hadn't spoke to in over 5 years, and a phone call of her telling me, hey, listen, I got a friend who just started a business and I need you to talk to her. Like, I keep telling her there's only one person that can help you get your business off the ground, and it's her. I just got to find her. I got to find her. I hadn't talked to this girl in almost 5 years for me to get this phone call. So, that phone call ended up turning into a job offer. So me actually coming to bring my grandson back home to my daughter from him being with me for the summer turned into a job offer, and it turned into me relocating back to the city I relocated from when I lost everything. See, sometimes when God is not finished with you in a place, and when your assignment is not done in an area, God will pull you away from that thing to give you an opportunity to pause. Take a breath. Take a breather. Inhale, exhale. Go find yourself. Cry it out. Pat yourself on the back, because you know you ain't got nobody else to pat you on the back. Ain't nobody else going to encourage you. Ain't nobody else going to lift you up. So go on in there. It's okay to take a break and step back and find you. Now I need to bring you right back to where you lost it all at. But I'm finna rebuild it in the face of everybody you lost it in front of. So I came back here, and God blessed me with a whole job. Started over. I wasn't looking for it. Wasn't nobody but God. So I'm in the midst of a transition, because all of this just happened not too long ago. I don't have too much of nothing here, so I'm still getting stuff. I residing with my daughter currently, her and my grandson. But you know, sometimes they be want to do their thing. That's why I had to push the time back from 9 to 10, because she wanted to watch baddies. I get it, you know. So push the time back. So there might be times where you be like, dang, I hope she go on. Why ain't she making videos? Well, she's in transition right now. And I get everybody might not understand that. So there might be some people who gonna subscribe and be like, oh, I love this channel and da-da-da-da-da. Then there's gonna be some people who are gonna unsubscribe because they say, oh, she's not consistent. Well, she's in transition. She is. And I promise you, as soon as God brings me through this transition, I can't even say soon as God brings me through, because even through this process, I've been encouraging and pushing others through theirs and helping others get to their next dimension and destination, and telling others not to give up and hold the faith and hold on and keep building and hold on to the dream. There's a difference between being determined and being desperate. And the problem is, we have a whole lot of desperate people, but we don't have a lot of determined people. Things don't change when you're desperate. Things change when you're determined. When you're desperate, you make foolish decisions. that affect you and everybody and everything around you. But when you're determined, you're strategic. You plan things out. You plan your next move out when you're determined. Some of us just ain't got determined yet. You determined yet? But y'all listen, let me tell you this story, then we gonna get out of here. There was this young man, and he had a Shaolin monk, priest, however you want to call it. For the sake of this story, we gonna say priest. So he went to him and he tells him, he was like, I want to learn everything there is to know about the ways of God. So Sensei looks at him and he tells him, I want you to go get me a cup, a teacup, and go bring me that teapot that's boiling on the stove. So he goes and brings it to him. And he tells him, all right, I want you to begin to pour into the teacup. So he starts to pour and he starts to pour. Pretty soon, the tea begins to run over the cup onto the saucer. And he's like, Sensei, should I stop? It's running over. You haven't told me to stop. He said, no. He said, you asked me to know of the ways of God. He said, but you're so full of yourself. I can't teach you anything until you empty yourself. A lot of you, your situation will change when you become empty. Put the pride down. Become empty. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. I reacted as a child. I spoke impulsively. I reacted impulsively. I behaved impulsively. I was a child. I didn't know any better. I didn't have any boundaries. I was still learning them. I was a child. I reasoned as a child. As an individual who is immature and void of the ability to understand right versus wrong. But one day I grew up and I changed my childish behavior. Whether it's you, whether it's Lulu. In our next conversation, we're going to get how this really ties into her and how this ties into her childish behavior. But you got people coming up that God loves her and he's behind her. She loved him, but left him on the side of the road. Can true love really end this badly? That's my question. I want you to drop in the comments and let me know what you have to say. Thank you for joining me tonight for another Sip, Savor, and Spill. For another, what I'm going to start calling a segment known as Empress Allegedly. Because, baby, everything is alleged. The stories is alleged. The cases is alleged. They names is alleged. What they said, did, and beyond are all alleged until proven otherwise. So, I think I want to start a segment on the channel called Empress Allegedly, because I really want to start building out the Hennessy Zone channel with true crime stories. So please make sure you go to the VIP lounge on the home channel and subscribe to all of our channels over there. There is a little something for everyone that in 2026 I am going to start making it my mission and my business to devote time to building out. Now, you know I'm trying to do this thing by myself, so y'all please help. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have a story you think I should take a look at or cover, the Discord is listed in the description of every video. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the Cash App. It is on the screen. You can also grab one of the memberships. I did change my memberships. I had 2 in the past. I dropped it down to 1 so that unsubscribe everyone who had a membership. So if you want to get it, you can resubscribe. If you don't, baby, your like, your view, all of that is much appreciated. Hopefully, you'll join me next time in the Champagne City. Hopefully, you'll consider joining the Champagne Gang, the FizzFam, and becoming one of us. And if you're not sure just yet, don't worry about it. Champagne Gang, we'll leave the light on for you. Confidants. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
Same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight.
I'm the midnight sun in a blackout. Lit the whole block when I cashed out. Turn pain to confetti when I step out. Every scar on my skin is a map route. Shorty on my side like a seatbelt hold. Voice like smoke and her heartbeat go. She went slow motion, whole world on pause. Got curves like questions, I get lost in the cause, yeah. She whisper, baby, don't rush this climb. We gon' stack calendars, not just one time. Love like credit, we could never decline. Seal it with a sip and a baseline grind,
Yeah, yeah. You know I ride when the clock can spin. I'll be your calm when the chaos set in. One more year, one more sin, and we wash it all off when the countdown begins. Champagne New Year, pour that hope up. Bubbles in my blood when we toast up. New me, same roots, watch me glow up. Whole room screaming when we go up. Champagne New Year, let it rain like drip from the ceiling to the daylight. Say my name, say it, make it feel right. This our time, this our highlight. 10